Number 4 is Endgame. Are you okay?
What did you just say?
Number 4 is Endgame.
What in the hell is above that?
I don't know.
I am so sorry. But, no, go ahead. What 3 movies are better than Avengers Endgame? I am so sorry. Winter Soldier is one of the best MCU movies there is, okay? It is just such a perfectly done, well done movie. And like, I get if it's tied with Endgame for you, or even, you know, if it's your second favorite or it's tied, but you cannot sit down and tell me that you pissed your pants in Winter Soldier like you did in Endgame,
Exactly.
okay? Okay. I'm gonna make a list right now.
Okay, do it.
I'm gonna take my time and we're gonna talk.
Okay,
so,
I'm here. This is gonna be a mutual thing.
Yeah.
A mutual list that I will be.
A mutual list. You and me, let's drop our biases, okay?
Okay.
I'm not gonna put Iron Man in first. It probably won't go in second, because we're gonna talk about which movies you and I together thought, well, how should I phrase it? The better overall general MCU movies, okay? So that means love of the characters. It has to be purely story driven and acting driven.
Yep.
Okay. Number 1, which we have to dissect what has a better story and better acting. Endgame or Winter Soldier. Let's break Winter Soldier down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Let's do it based on memory. Maybe in the future we'll do another one where we watch all the movies together again. Okay, perfect. I remember it pretty well too. Okay, movie. Okay, well you watched it 2 days ago, so you tell me how it starts out. I believe it starts out with them on a mission to recover intelligence.
It starts with Sam and Cap running on your left.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
And then
it starts
he's picked up for the mission.
You're right. Okay. It has a nice beginning.
Yeah.
It shows you Cap is getting used to life out of the ice.
Yep.
It shows you that
friends, acquaintances.
He's making a friend. He's actually having a conversation.
Similar life experience.
Yeah, he's similar life experience because they talk about how their shared military experience a little bit.
Yep.
I believe in that one scene. He outruns the fuck out of Sam.
Yeah.
And he gets picked up by Natasha.
He does.
I believe, the first solo movie to have another Avenger in it. Is it not?
Well, technically,
like
Iron
an
Man
actual
2
Avenger.
Iron Man 2 had Black Widow as well, but.
Okay, you're right. You're right. It did. Now that you bring that up, but at the time she wasn't.
But she was. Yeah, they weren't even.
She wasn't an official Avenger. I feel like this movie did a better balance of having it more of an open world, right? But they really dived into her relationship with Steve and how they see each other in this one. They really realized that they're friends.
Yeah.
They're not.
And they're like, they have a mutual understanding.
They have a mutual understanding. They have respect. Natasha is kind of like, I think she looks up to Steve.
Yeah.
Because at the time, I feel like she still doesn't really have. She's still a spy at that time.
Yeah.
She still has red in her ledger. You know, she still doesn't have the high moral standards that Steve does, right? And I think she looks up to him and respects him for that. Because remember, Steve thinks their mission priority is to save everyone on that ship, and she doesn't lie, but she doesn't tell him.
Yeah, she doesn't tell him
what her true mission is.
She has her own mission.
Huge twist with Shield. Boom. Actually, Hydra. Also, a very realistic take on how that all worked out. You have 2 stories. One, very realistic, very grounded. Winter Soldier is not. I'm not gonna say it's the most realistic movie, but for a Marvel movie about comic book heroes,
we're pretty fresh with Endgame. As a movie to end a saga, Endgame is amazing.
The first of its kind too.
Yeah,
this has never been done in film before, where 22 movies have come together to lead to one spectacular finale.
Huge
We've
finale
had
with how many top named actors all
we've had
showing
trilogies and series before, like
Yeah.
Hunger Games and Divergent and stuff like that. Yeah.
This was the first of its kind.
So,
And no one can
Endgame,
replicate it.
breaking this down, it is a completely new thing for
Yeah.
cinema. A huge achievement.
Yeah.
Steve trying to make the best of things. Nat
Yeah.
trying to keep the Avengers alive.
Yeah.
It's not even Steve who's trying to pull everyone together.
Nope.
It's fallen to Natasha. I mean, really shows that she's the one who cares about everyone because this is her family.
That's the
and her
only...
closest family member. I'm getting chills thinking about it. Turned into what he saved her from.
Yep.
And
good God.
And she's struggling so much with that because she loves him more than anyone, and like she's able to repay him for what he did for her. And she lets him see his family one last time. Last hour definitely is the final battle.
The entire
which
final
is
battle.
so well done.
It's visually stunning. It's nothing that's ever happened before, man.
Let's talk about the hour and a half leading up to the time travel first, because we got to save the final battle for the end of this conversation. The first hour and a half.
It's a lot more personal.
Definitely
stuff.
focusing more on the dark elements. Definitely focusing on how there's still pain between Tony and Steve. How Tony is still upset that Steve wasn't there when they needed him,
and that they all lost.
Maybe it's a little unfair for Tony to say that, but in Tony's eyes, Cap is not a part of the Avengers at that point, right? Like Cap left the Avengers, like he wasn't there when Tony needed him. Yeah, like so Tony's very. It's not that he's just mad at Steve. Tony's so pissed at himself.
He almost died. He was gonna die.
Tony almost died.
You can give him a little. You can give him a pass.
Like but Tony almost died. But more than him almost dying, he blames himself entirely. He gets mad at Steve because Steve wasn't there, but he doesn't truly blame Steve.
Yeah.
Tony is putting all the blame on himself in this scene when they're all talking. He is so done. Ridiculous. He's like, Cap. He encourages them not to go after Thanos.
Yeah.
He's like
you put that on hide if you
yeah. He says you put. He's like, we lost. There's nothing left to do. Like, he has the stones. As long as he has the stones, he can destroy us.
Yeah.
You know, he could annihilate us. So he's telling him not to do it. They go do it. One of the biggest surprises cuts off Thanos' head. It shows Ant-Man's character escaping the time zone. Some good old luck. The universe helps them out. I'll admit, this is where we see the first flaw in an almost perfect movie. It's a little, coincidental that a rat messes with the controls, like freeze Ant-Man. Tony is one of the few people that hasn't fully moved on, but has found happiness in the wake of what Thanos did. He definitely hasn't fully moved on, as you see from him wiping the water off of the picture of him and Peter.
That leads him to...
That inspires him to... Finally, of course, he and what he states too is he 100% has to keep what he has.
Yeah, he's like
he is not willing to risk.
So get them back. Hopefully, I forget the exact quote, but keep what he has was the must.
Yeah, they finally give us an end to the Civil War between Cap and Iron Man. Steve the shield back,
and it says it's yours. They realize the bigger picture here. They're trying to save everyone. They need to do it together as compared to broken up. Because last time they were broken up, we saw what happened.
Last time they both realized that apart they can't beat a threat like this, but together nothing can stop them. They explain time travel in a way where you don't give a shit if you understand it.
Just like, okay.
I don't give a shit if you understand it. They don't give a shit if you understand it. It's time travel. They're basically saying time travel is whack.
Yeah.
Nobody can understand it. Okay. Being on Vormir,
hurts.
Fighting to kill themselves.
Yeah. Good God.
Fighting to kill themselves.
Fighting to see
begging her not to do it. Yeah. She does it because she loves him. She loves them.
And
she does it. She does it because she wants them to be happy. She wants to do this for her family. It's the only family she's ever had. Nebula getting caught by Thanos again. her being like,
cool.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Her interacting with her old self.
One of the best plot twists, I'd say, of the MCU, the fact that 2014 Thanos is able to figure out the plan of the Avengers and time travel to current day. It's just,
that is.
No one could have seen that coming. No one knew.
We all thought
what
it was going to be original OG Thanos, but no, they pulled a hootenanny on us and cut his head off in the first 5 minutes. Hulk struggling to snap does show that even with a smarter mind, I think Hulk still physically is not as strong as Thanos.
Nope.
Because I think that's what it shows us. Because you see in the end of the Infinity War, Thanos' arm is fucked up.
Yeah, but
he still moves it and shit. He's still moving it. He's like, oh my god.
Yeah, and once he gets to the last
that thing is like shriveled as hell. That is, his arm is effed up at that point, right? Yeah, the scene that surprised the fuck out of everyone. Because they do such a good job of making you forget.
Yeah,
in this movie.
Completely forget about everything.
Ant-Man's like, oh my god. And then you forget that 10 minutes earlier you saw Nebula fucking with the... Yeah, Hawkeye gets a phone call, and you forget 10 minutes earlier you saw Nebula fucking with the time machine, and then you see that shadow come out, and you see that missile go through the window,
eyes,
and
like widen up, and then
Hulk's eyes widen. You are basically like, holy shit, did Ant-Man just die?
Yeah.
Like, is he dead? Like, unless you were able to catch that split second, or you see him shrink. Like,
and in the theater, if you're not sitting on the left side, you don't see it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that
like at that moment in time, it is 100% believable that they just murdered him.
Yeah, you don't think, oh, he could have a third movie coming or anything. They're just like, he got hit in the face with a missile, multiple.
A fucking missile. This is Avengers Endgame, okay?
Yeah.
They're ending shit in this movie. I would not have been surprised if they had just killed him out of the blue like that, because not only is that upsetting, but that's real. Like, like he was caught off guard. He 100% could have died there. It shows that heroes can die out of nowhere too, right? Like, heroes aren't invincible. Like, all it takes is one little mistake to kill them, right? Like,
or one little missile in his case.
Or one huge ass missile.
It's a very human moment too, where Rocket's someone who's very
screaming in pain.
Yeah,
he's like, I can't breathe. Hawkeye, you know, he passes the gauntlet to Nebula. Nebula
kills herself
to save her new friends, to save her family that died in Infinity War. She kills herself. Does such a good job of making you forget they brought everyone back.
Oh yeah.
Just when you forget that Cap picks up the hammer before they get there.
Yeah.
Like, he picks up that hammer. You're in the theater. You see Thanos pushing. Like, Thor is almost dead. Like, already. You see the hammer lift off the ground. You see it go flying into the back of Thanos' head.
And then when you think it's gonna come back to Thor,
flying back.
It stops.
Flying back, and you see Cap catch it like a pro. Like, you could believe any moment at that scene that he would take off flying with it, right?
Yeah.
And like straight into Thanos. But no. What does he do? He fucking jumps.
Boom!
You see the the slight lightning particle effect, and you hear that sound effect when it hits. Boom! Boom! Like the whole world shakes.
And then you get nice callbacks. You get him throwing the shield, getting it deflected, so he throws the hammer.
And then Cap starts hitting Thanos with the combos. All right, like he's standing in front of Thanos. Thanos is basically just like right over him. Cap's like looking up at him, and he starts throwing the hammer, throwing the shield, knocking the shield into him with the hammer, and starting like just back and forth, catching like each one again, and just like throws the hammer, boom, hits him, throws the shield, catches hammer, throws hammer, catches shield, throws shield, like he is fucking them up. Then, and he brings down the lightning.
Ooh.
He who wields this hammer shall be granted the power of Thor. He brings the fucking house down on Thanos. He He
like
summons that lightning from the sky like Jesus himself sent it.
Then he summons it and he just throws it down on
He
Thanos, who was
it
already
like
down.
Zeus is right up there, like channeling his life force into that hammer, and he slams that sucker down onto him, and then he channels more and he shoots it right into him. Oh my god! And you see Thanos like when he's getting because that lightning is still like pushing him into the ground. You see Thanos roll away in like a panic. Like he's squirming, right? Like you see him roll away in a panic. He's like, "Oh shit, he's about to fucking kill me!" Like, and then like the only moment when Thanos like gets that one up on him is when he cuts the leg. He cuts the leg and it stuns Steve, and then Steve's like, "Ah!" And he's just barely able to get the shield up from cutting him in two. And you see that it like he slices into it, and there's that slight sliver.
Yep. And Cap looks up like, "Oh god," he
like
just
oh my god. That's like shocked.
Nothing has ever
like his shield.
Yeah, nothing has ever done that.
Ever heard it? The only thing that scratched it is the same stuff it's made of.
Black Panther's
the same stuff.
It.
By Black Panther, who has superpowered strength that can dig into it.
Yeah. Right?
Like, and Cap is just he tightens the shield and he walks towards it. You get that one of the sexiest scenes.
Beautiful.
The entire MCU. Beautiful. Sun in the background behind the ashy clouds next to Cap. Him staring down. Not just the Chitauri. Not just the Knight Riders. The entire army.
Entire army.
All of it. Every single bit.
Yeah, it had to be Sam, and it's faint at first.
You hear, and he like, Cap, are you there? And he stops dead, and he's like, on your left, and he just,
and then
the little portal opens. And who walks out?
Freaking T'Challa.
Shuri.
And you know, like they're bringing the entire army with them.
And then you see behind that portal is the entire Wakandan army. And then you see more portals.
Valkyrie lands on.
Oh my god! Yeah, you see another portal. Valkyrie leading the rest of the Asgardians. Then you see 15 other portals open up. Huge army of like sorcerers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, each one has like tons of people. Oh,
so cool.
Then they all gather around Cap. Everyone around him.
Everyone is there.
He summons that hammer back off the ground. Avengers!
Assemble.
Oh.
And then the theme song. The beautiful, beautiful theme song.
I almost that's another one of the moments I almost passed out. They all go charging at him. The first strike, Giant Man.
Yep.
Put him down.
Punches
that Leviathan. And then they start playing hot potato with the
Yep. That's
the gauntlet. You see passes it to Black Panther, and then eventually gets to Peter, and Peter's like, activate the kill, and then the arms come out and just start poking riders, and they're just like they're piling up like the bodies, and then they have to pile around him to kill, like actually get to him.
Pepper dropped in. How did we forget that?
Pepper dropped in, and so did Wasp. Wasp dropped in.
Yeah.
Wasp dropped in. Calm down. Okay. Pepper drops in, and then you get the shot of her and Tony flying up together, back to back, shooting.
Yeah, back to back. They're shooting off all their posters and everything.
Wrap things up.
Yeah.
The scene with Tony snapping, sacrificing himself, stating, "I am Iron Man.
It's beautiful.
I am a hero, and I will beat you all in one." He is Iron Man.
He is.
And in his eyes, Iron Man is a hero willing to do anything to save people, and that's what he is. And true hero.
Sacrifices his life for
Sacrifices
literally
life.
Everyone, the entire universe. You get the beautiful scene of everyone.
The beautiful funeral.
Yep, everyone
for Tony. The amazing callback to Iron Man 1, proof that Tony Stark has a heart. I was still crying at that point, but when he said she wanted cheeseburgers, and he says, you know your dad likes cheeseburgers, That's like that and the Tony Stark has a heart thing are the things that will make me cry again today if I think about them so much. That is when I started bawling even harder.
Yeah,
like,
it just kept going. Thor leaves first, yeah.
Thor leaves first with the Guardians, you get a little humor again. He makes Valkyrie the new king.
Oh yeah, oh, that's so cool.
That was cool.
That's a perfect ending to his arc as well. He realizes that
he's always said he never wanted to be king.
Yeah.
He was meant to be king, but he never wanted it. Right. Cap going to put the stones back, and you kind of see he doesn't really say goodbye to Bucky, but he says goodbye, and then Bucky kind of looks at him as he's standing and staring straight ahead.
Yeah.
On the time machine, he picks up the hammer. Bucky looks at him as if though he knows.
Yeah.
He's not gonna come back.
Bucky definitely knew.
Bucky knew. Falcon was a little freaked out.
Yeah.
Then Bucky notices someone sitting on the bench and get the dialogue between him and Falcon. Gives him a shield.
Really good.
Falcon says it feels like it belongs to someone else, and Cap tells him it doesn't. You gonna tell me about her?
No. No, I don't think I will.
And the music starts
And then the music starts playing, and we get the cut.
And then you get one of the happiest fucking scenes in the entire...
So good.
He finally gets his dance. With Peggy. I'm about to start fucking crying right now. Thinking about it. Like really, that's such a happy scene.
It's a perfect ending.
Steve the soldier finally gets the life he always wanted.
And that he thought
the hero who wanted to be a man.
He never did.
He could never get it. Finally gets his dance.
So good.
So I think we can agree at this point.
Yeah.
That Endgame is a better movie.
Is the better movie.
than Winter Soldier. I forgot that's why we were doing this.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier, close follow.
Standalone though, Winter Soldier probably better, but in the scope of the MCU, Endgame is.
Yeah.
You can't.
Standalone movie.
It does so much in the course of 3 hours.
Star-Lord looking at Gamora, and then you get a bunch of comedy from the Guardians.
Why are you explaining the whole?
I'm gonna say the next line, and then you're gonna.